day. Because I'm doing it every day, I feel myself so motivated. Hello guys, hope you're doing well today. Yeah, you can see I'm not at home. I also don't have my normal thing. You cannot see. Well, I'm in a hotel right now, so just one of these back. And today's video, I want to talk about is remaining is actually procrastination or not. Remaining is the same state. So let's start with, just from the physiological and from the natural stuff, from more biological stuff. Human beings are made to progress. Just speaking of survival of the fittest, everyone has that stuff, and because we were dedicated back in the caveman days to survive of the fittest and like fight our enemies, and also actually go for hunting and also go for the herbs, and the fittest have survived. And this is actually our area where the fittest are surviving. So in the current state, is it so that when you do procrastinate, when you are at your stagnational state, so when you don't move forward, what eventually happen is first of all, you have to ask yourself, back to my definition of procrastination, which is the enlargement of the gap between the core purpose and the core self, and in the current action, what you actually do. So the core purpose or core self and the current action. So this is actually always you have to ask yourself, and it has not to be necessary procrastination. But there's actually one thing, that the more you are being stagnational thing, the more you remain in the comfort zone. And going out of the comfort zone is always a thing like to go towards progress and not towards stagnation. So I was back then in the school, I was one of these pupils who just sat in the corner of the room, and when I sat in the corner of the room, what eventually happened is nobody has really realized me. I was more like a ghost, and it wasn't really fun. However, when I tried to kind of involve myself to go for my procrastination habits, go against it and push it against it, what I started is actually when I got to a mastermind group, and there I started from doing all the challenges, and for me it was really kind of awkward to watch my face, even like when I'm doing videos. And I started with really simple videos, and then I just went up to Facebook Lives, and Facebook Lives I'm doing actually every single day. Because I'm doing this every day, I feel myself so motivated, and I can get rid of my social anxiety because I'm doing Facebook Lives. I'm really pushing out against my fear of public speaking, and how I'm doing right now, like putting stuff in YouTube or putting on Facebook Live is always like public speaking, and you can become really anxious about it. And the fact is, when I miss it like for 1 week or something like that, I feel myself really horrible. I feel myself really back to the roots, and which is not good actually in my case, because when I go back to the roots, what eventually happened, I felt more anxious and more of the social anxiety rebound. So speaking of the first question, when you stagnating, is it that you are procrastinate, yes or not? You have always to ask you this question if you are satisfied with your current situation, and not just now, but till the day you die. So from till now till you die, are you currently satisfied with your life? Yes or not? And will you be till the day you die be satisfied with your current situation? Yes or not? And when the answer is not, then I would push forward and go against the comfort zone. To step out of the comfort zone and really enlarge this comfort zone becomes larger, but if you push more forward, you learn more and you become more calm, you become more confident, and you also become more of an achiever, because achieving is not a thing of luck. There are several systems, we have just to copy them from the high achievers, and when we copy it rightly and do the same thing as the other does, it happens the same. Just for example, look on Apple. What does Apple do to do computers, like back in the days, right? So where does it copy the computer technology? Yes, Microsoft. Look at Tesla. What is Tesla making? Cars, electric cars. Who has started electric cars? I think like some Japanese brands like Mitsubishi and maybe Honda and Toyota, something like that. So there's actually no big difference. What Elon Musk does is just he makes a brand because he has his name there, and he's more like the entrepreneur, and when you're talking about it, then you have actually the story of Elon Musk before your eyes. And when you can identify yourself, this is why people are actually going and buy the products like Tesla. Even if it's freaking expensive, the same thing as with Apple. People are buying Apple because they can resonate to the story of Steve Jobs. And of course Steve Wozniak, but most of all Steve Jobs, because he was a brilliant storyteller, the best storyteller of the whole mankind have seen before. And I don't mean storyteller like Brother Grimm or something like that. I mean real storyteller who can actually sell on stage and high ticket. So if you ask you this question, and even you have asked the question, you can say yes currently, I would recommend you every other week or every other month to ask you this question every single time, because then you will see if this yes is still a yes. And the more important thing is, if you want to stay to this stagnation state forever, then I want you to really ask yourself on an honest level. Be honest to yourself. Will you remain with the same mood? Will you be the same happy for the rest of your life? Like when you like in your 20s, let me say like 60, 80 years, just ask yourself. And when you ask yourself, you will see that something will happen. If you wish to be in stagnant, you can stay there, but my opinion, from all the biological state, we human beings are, as other creatures, we are obliged towards growth. And if you don't satisfy, push forward, leverage from your fears. Leverage your fears. Because if you leverage your fears, what eventually happen is you found your growth within your fears, because you push forward. And things which you can't do, obligate them. They are not obligate them, but delegate them. Delegate them and also outsource things which you're saying, okay, this is not really, I want to focus on one thing but not on 1,000 things, so focus on this one thing. If you have the money, really buy your time. This is the best thing I can actually share with you, and the most high achievers doing is buying the time and focus on this one thing you want to do. Hey, how's it going? I hope you like my content. If so, hit the like button, and if you really like this content, make sure to share it with your friends and your beloved ones. I upload every day, so make sure that you hit the notification bell and the subscribe button in order to
see more of these videos in the future. I wish you an awesome day, and as always, do not lie to yourself and pursue your passion now.